For years, the Toyota Tacoma has dominated the mid-size truck market, hailed as the king of reliability, off-road performance, and resale value. But what if I told you that reign is now hanging by a thread? Major recalls, rising competition, loyal fans feeling betrayed, and a future that's more uncertain than ever. This isn't just a bump in the road, it's a crisis. So, what's going wrong with America's favorite mid-size truck? And can Toyota fix it before it's too late? For years, the Toyota Tacoma has been synonymous with bulletproof reliability, a no-nonsense truck built to last decades with minimal issues. But that image is taking a massive hit, and it's not just speculation. It's backed by real recall numbers and owner complaints. In recent years, Toyota has been forced to issue recalls on hundreds of thousands of Tacoma units, with problems ranging from corroded leaf springs and disintegrating frames to more recent nightmares involving defective driveshafts and powertrain malfunctions. The drive shaft recall in particular struck a nerve. It warned of the possibility of sudden power loss while driving, which could lead to accidents on highways or steep terrains, a huge safety risk for a vehicle marketed toward off-road adventurers and working-class users. Even more damaging than the mechanical flaws themselves is the slow and sometimes dismissive response from Toyota service centers, according to many Tacoma owners online. Reddit threads, YouTube reviews, and owner forums are flooded with disillusioned customers sharing horror stories of denied warranty claims or long repair wait times. For a brand that once prided itself on near-flawless dependability, this wave of recalls is more than just a technical problem. It's a brand crisis in the making. While Toyota grapples with growing quality concerns, its competitors have seized the moment. For the first time in a long time, the mid-size truck segment is not only competitive, it's evolving. Trucks like the Ford Ranger Raptor and the Chevy Colorado ZR2 are no longer second-rate alternatives. They're now offering turbocharged engines, smarter infotainment systems, adaptive suspensions, and aggressive off-road packages that, frankly, make the Tacoma feel outdated. Even the Nissan Frontier, which lagged behind for over a decade, has returned with a solid redesign that blends rugged looks, powerful V6 performance, and a price that undercuts the Tacoma. Meanwhile, Hyundai has disrupted the urban pickup market with the Santa Cruz, a lifestyle truck with crossover comfort, modern tech, and unbeatable fuel economy. Toyota, on the other hand, has been criticized for recycling outdated powertrains, resisting innovation, and relying too heavily on brand loyalty. And while the new Tacoma generation does offer updates, early feedback suggests they don't go far enough to regain the crown. The reality is clear. Buyers now have more attractive, better-equipped options, and they're starting to choose them. Once a go-to for affordable durability, the Tacoma is no longer the budget-friendly powerhouse it once was. With newer models pushing past $40,000 for higher trims and even base models creeping above $30,000, the Tacoma has priced itself out of reach for many core buyers. What's worse is that many of these price hikes aren't being met with significantly better features or performance. Competitors like Ford and Chevy are offering more powerful engines, better towing capacities, wireless tech, and even advanced trail control systems, often for the same or lower price. Toyota's value proposition has eroded, and customers are starting to feel like they're paying more for the name rather than the capabilities. In a time when inflation is stretching wallets and used truck prices are nosediving, people are becoming much more selective with their money. Budget-conscious buyers, who once trusted Toyota to deliver simple, rugged performance, are reconsidering their loyalty. Unless Toyota dramatically repositions its pricing structure or delivers significantly more value per dollar, the Tacoma could lose its foothold in one of the most crucial truck-buying demographics. In an era where electrification and fuel efficiency are becoming central to truck design, Toyota, the original hybrid trailblazer, is alarmingly behind in the mid-size segment. While they've led the way with hybrid technology in sedans and SUVs, the Tacoma's shift toward electrification has been painfully slow. Despite early promises of a hybrid Tacoma model, production delays and vague timelines have left customers confused and competitors with the upper hand. Meanwhile, Ford's Maverick Hybrid is already dominating urban pickup sales thanks to its fuel economy and low price. And even GM has begun teasing electrified mid-size platforms. Toyota's messaging has also been inconsistent. One moment hinting at a hybrid, the next suggesting a hydrogen future, and the next avoiding the topic altogether. This mixed communication has left Tacoma fans in the dark about what to expect, while rivals continue to innovate and attract forward-thinking buyers. In an industry moving rapidly toward electrification, standing still is moving backward, and Toyota risks becoming a relic of the past if it doesn't catch up fast. Perhaps the most ominous sign of all isn't the mechanical issues, nor the market competition, but the emotional shift happening among Toyota's most loyal fans. Tacoma has long enjoyed a cult-like following, a community of off-roaders, overlanders, and working-class heroes who stuck with the brand through thick and thin. But that foundation is now cracking. Online forums, YouTube comment sections, and Tacoma-specific Facebook groups are filled with disappointed, even angry, owners. Some feel betrayed by declining reliability. Others are fed up with the lack of power and outdated tech. A growing number are complaining that Toyota isn't listening, or worse, that they've grown complacent after years of dominance. Stories of long service delays, poor communication, and pricing gouges are common. Some lifelong Toyota drivers are now considering switching to brands they once laughed at, like Ford, Chevy, and even newcomers like Rivian or Hyundai. This isn't just bad PR. This is a potential exodus from one of the most loyal customer bases in the automotive world. And once loyalty is broken, it's very hard to win back. The Toyota Tacoma isn't just another mid-sized truck. It's a symbol of what made Toyota great. It's the result of decades of engineering trust, rugged performance, and a community that loved it unconditionally. But right now, that legacy is being tested like never before. Between recalls, rising rivals, pricing missteps, electrification delays, and fan discontent, the Tacoma faces a perfect storm of challenges. Yet, all hope isn't lost. Toyota still has the brand power, resources, and technical know-how to right the ship. But the time to act is now. The next generation Tacoma must be more than just a refresh. It needs to be a revolution. Otherwise, we may be watching the fall of a giant. Not because others were better, but because Toyota got too comfortable at the top. Despite its rugged image, the Tacoma has been technologically stagnant for years. Until very recently, it ran on an ancient platform with minimal upgrades to ride comfort, interior materials, and technology. In fact, critics long pointed out that the Tacoma lagged behind competitors in essential features like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, digital driver displays, multi-camera systems, and even basic cabin ergonomics. Meanwhile, rivals like the Chevy Colorado and Ford Ranger have embraced digital cockpits, wireless software updates, and larger infotainment screens. Toyota has only recently begun modernizing, but it's still playing catch-up. The interior design, for example, remains boxy and dated on many trims, with cheaper plastics and clunky button layouts that feel more 2014 than 2025. For a vehicle costing $40,000 plus, this simply doesn't cut it anymore. Buyers expect premium features, smarter interfaces, and tech that enhances the drive, especially in the lifestyle and adventure segment. If Toyota doesn't fully commit to closing the tech gap, it risks becoming the flip phone in a smartphone world. Another persistent complaint among Tacoma enthusiasts and critics alike is its underwhelming performance, especially for the price. Until the most recent update, the Tacoma came with a dated 3.5 LV6 that many felt lacked both low-end torque and fuel efficiency. Worse, its 6-speed automatic transmission was often described as sluggish and confused, constantly hunting for the right gear, especially on hills or when towing. In comparison, competitors like the Ford Ranger and Chevy Colorado offer turbocharged engines that deliver stronger torque at lower RPMs and better towing performance, all while improving fuel economy. Even Toyota's recent move to a Turbo 4 hybrid in the new Tacoma has sparked mixed reactions. Some applaud the effort to modernize, while others feel Toyota is still not delivering the kind of power, acceleration, or towing muscle expected in this segment. For a truck that prides itself on being a go-anywhere, haul-anything machine, falling short on performance is a critical vulnerability. While Toyota's reliability has historically meant fewer trips to the shop, recent years have exposed a growing weakness in its dealership service network. As recall numbers rise and repair parts face delays, many Tacoma owners report frustrating experiences at local dealers, long wait times, unavailable parts, lack of communication, and even being denied service under warranty. This isn't just about inconvenience, it's about trust. A truck is often a tool for work, adventure, and daily life, and when it's out of commission for weeks with little transparency, people lose faith in the brand. What's worse is that Toyota's reputation has created high demand and limited inventory, which some dealers have exploited through markup pricing, unfair trade-in evaluations, and limited service flexibility. The result is that even the most loyal customers feel abandoned when it matters most. And that kind of damage spreads fast in the age of viral reviews and TikTok rants. Like many automakers, Toyota has faced global production hurdles. But for a brand known for its just-in-time manufacturing and tight global logistics, these issues have exposed some unexpected vulnerabilities. Supply chain disruptions caused by chip shortages, labor strikes, and political instability have impacted Tacoma production timelines, causing delays in deliveries and parts availability. This has led to customer frustration, especially for those who pre-ordered new models or waited months for warranty repairs. Additionally, Toyota is facing growing pressure from global markets, with brands like Isuzu, Mahindra, and BYD entering the global mid-size truck game. This means Toyota's margin for error is shrinking fast, not just in North America, but worldwide, where new players are undercutting them on both price and innovation. In the past, Toyota could rely on favorable press and a dedicated online fanbase to help push the Tacoma narrative. But now, that support is cracking. Automotive YouTubers, truck influencers, and off-road reviewers, many of whom built their channels around Toyota love, are starting to voice honest concerns. From Doug DeMuro to smaller, overlanding channels, content creators are pointing out real flaws in the newest Tacomas and sharing ownership disappointments. Some are switching to competitors like the Colorado ZR2 or Ranger Raptor, and their massive audiences are watching and listening. In the digital age, perception is half the battle, and Toyota is losing ground on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, platforms where younger truck buyers go for advice. If Toyota doesn't win back the hearts of these influencers, it may find itself increasingly isolated from the very community that made Tacoma a legend. The Toyota Tacoma was once the undisputed king of off-roading in the mid-size truck segment, a go-anywhere beast trusted by overlanders, campers, and adventurers alike. But today, that rugged image is under serious threat. While the TRD Pro package still exists, newer rivals like the Ford Ranger Raptor and Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison are offering more horsepower, locking differentials, advanced trail cameras, Fox shocks, underbody armor, and more aggressive tire setups straight from the factory. Meanwhile, Tacoma's off-road features feel like they're falling behind. Consumers are questioning whether Toyota is still innovating in this space or simply resting on its reputation. More damaging, off-roaders are now reporting that frame rust and axle problems, once considered flukes, are showing up even in newer models, undermining confidence in the truck's long-term durability on tough terrain. For Toyota to maintain its dominance in the off-roading scene, it must respond with bold upgrades, not just sticker packages and cosmetic lifts. One of the biggest arguments in favor of the Tacoma has always been its incredible resale value. The idea that you could buy one, drive it for 5 to 10 years, and still get top dollar when you sell. But even that moat is showing cracks. As the truck market faces oversupply issues, cooling demand, and used car price corrections, the Tacoma's resale edge is starting to erode. Dealers are slashing trade-in offers, and private sellers are struggling to get the prices they expected just a year ago. Add in the rising awareness of mechanical issues and recalls, and buyers are becoming more skeptical on the secondhand market. If Toyota can no longer guarantee bulletproof resale value, one of its most powerful marketing tools, and customer justifications for paying a premium could disappear. That's not just a financial issue. It's a psychological blow to buyer confidence. There's been a lot of buzz about Toyota's plans to expand Tacoma production internationally, particularly in markets like Thailand, Mexico, and even South America. While this might boost capacity and lower costs, it also raises major concerns. Will quality suffer? Will parts compatibility be an issue? Will Toyota shift focus away from its U.S.-based loyalists? Fans are already worried that the U.S.-spec Tacoma could be watered down to match global tastes, losing the very soul that made it great. If Toyota begins producing Tacomas that feel more like global Hilux clones, lighter duty, less powerful, and less modular. They risk alienating their biggest and most vocal fan base in North America. This could backfire in a major way if not managed properly. In today's truck market, software matters almost as much as hardware. Buyers want seamless digital experiences, from high-quality infotainment to over-the-air updates and driver assist tech that doesn't feel clunky. But Toyota is still behind the curve. Many Tacoma owners report slow infotainment systems, dated user interfaces, laggy navigation, and an overall lack of refinement in the tech department. Meanwhile, competitors are pushing the boundaries. Ford's SYNC4, GM's Google-integrated systems, and even Hyundai's user-friendly UIs are leaving Toyota in the digital dust. Younger buyers, especially those upgrading from tech-rich sedans or crossovers, are increasingly dissatisfied with the Tacoma's lack of polish in this area. If Toyota doesn't overhaul its digital platform soon, the brand risks losing relevance with the next generation of truck buyers. Tacoma's legacy is tightly intertwined with the modding and aftermarket community. It used to be one of the most customizable trucks on the planet, with everything from lift kits to bumpers, winches, racks, and custom lighting setups being enthusiast staples. But today, Toyota is falling behind in supporting the modding crowd. The factory models are increasingly rigid, the electrical systems harder to modify, and the off-road accessories ecosystem is being overtaken by rivals who offer built-in modularity and factory-supported mods. Ford's Bronco and Ranger have embraced the customization trend fully, even advertising overlanding from day one. Meanwhile, Tacoma fans are having to work harder and pay more to get the same level of customization. Or worse, they're moving on to other brands that openly embrace mod culture. Perhaps the most fundamental issue facing the Tacoma is brand complacency. For years, Toyota has operated on the belief that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in a fast-evolving market, that mindset has gone from safe to dangerous. Critics argue that Toyota is relying far too heavily on past success and brand loyalty, rather than investing aggressively in new platforms, powertrains, and customer engagement. The Tacoma, once a leader in innovation, now feels like it's slow to change, slow to react, and overly conservative. This cultural problem is showing up in their design philosophy, their product rollouts, and even in how they communicate with fans. If Toyota doesn't shift to a more agile, forward-thinking strategy, the Tacoma's slow decline could turn into a sharp collapse. One of the most common complaints from Tacoma owners is the unrefined ride quality, especially on pavement. Despite its legendary off-road chops, the Tacoma still uses leaf spring rear suspension in most trims, a design that many view as outdated and rough riding compared to coil spring setups. In everyday driving, this translates into a bouncy, jittery, and sometimes uncomfortable experience, particularly when the truck is unloaded. For urban drivers and daily commuters, this has become a deal-breaker, especially as rivals like the Chevy Colorado and Honda Ridgeline offer smoother, car-like rides. Even Ford's new Ranger manages better balance between toughness and comfort. And while Toyota has improved suspension geometry slightly in newer models, it's still not enough to compete in a market where ride quality matters more than ever, especially with buyers now using trucks as family vehicles, not just workhorses. Toyota once led the industry in innovation with early hybrids and bulletproof engines. But when it comes to the Tacoma, the innovation engine seems to have slowed to a crawl. While competitors are rolling out turbocharged powertrains, multi-terrain drive modes, adaptive dampers, and even wireless vehicle diagnostics, the Tacoma often lags behind. Yes, the new model offers a few improvements, but many critics feel it's evolutionary, not revolutionary, and that's a problem. In an age where trucks are becoming tech showcases on wheels, Toyota's reluctance to gamble on new ideas is costing them. Buyers today are not just looking for toughness. They want trail cameras, plug-in power outlets, digital trail mapping, even AI-based towing assistance. Instead, Toyota has played it safe, and safe is now looking dangerously close to stale. Transmission issues have dogged the Tacoma for years. The old 6-speed automatic was known for being unresponsive and poorly geared, causing sluggish acceleration and constant gear hunting. Many hoped that the new Tacoma generation would fix this once and for all, but early reviews suggest it's still not perfect. While the updated 8-speed automatic and hybrid drive units offer improvements,